Good morning, everyone. Here's a simple activity. Often you'll find this sold in a store with intricate parts, but this is something you can easily do at home. All I have are two containers. They're clear because I think children like to see what's going on. And then I've chosen some small items from around the house. So, for example, I have a little cat, I have some little blocks, I have some little plastic tiles, I have, let me see what else, some spools, and I've just put them in one clear container. Now, depending on the age of your child, you want to make sure, of course, these things aren't choking hazards. And you need to know your own child. Some children are very oral up until maybe 4 or 5. Other children would never put anything in their mouth that they shouldn't, really. So you need to know your own child. So I might, if I had a very young child, have bigger plastic jars, but with a wide lid so they can put their hand in. So at first I might put big blocks because they couldn't swallow them. Anything that won't fit down their throat would be safe. And at first you're just going to put this in front of your child, maybe even on their high chair. I would stay with them, and depending on their stage and age of development, they'll start to transfer these from one container to another. And we've talked about this before in the Nipperson. So they'll just be doing this. And like I say, you can buy these things, sorting bins, for example, where they've got 4 shapes. But before that happens, what children like to do is do transferring. So they'll just be using their fingers, and this is great for fine motor because they're learning to strengthen their fingers by picking up objects. So now, when my child's a little older, but you also may find, I'm sorry, I was going to just mention this, the dumping stage. And this is also a way of transferring, and actually it's a great skill because the better eye-hand coordination they have, the less likely they are to spill everything all over the floor. And there is a stage where children love to dump, and this keeps it confined. Like I say, I would always be doing this in the same spot in my house. Now, after your child's really mastered those skills, you can buy a simple pair of tongs from the dollar store. You may have some in your kitchen. And this is also great for eye-hand coordination and for fine motor. So then they can start to use the tongs to pick up the objects. And as I say, great for eye-hand coordination, but also building up some other muscles in your fingers, which you need for writing, for playing sports. So sometimes people question, why would you use these activities? Well, because these are all about eye-hand coordination, which is needed in sports, it's needed in writing, it's needed in reading, it's needed in most life events. Also, we need to build these muscles in our hands and our fingers in order to grasp a pencil, in order to grip a ball. So many activities require strength in our fingers and our hands. And this is great. It costs you virtually nothing. 2 clear plastic containers, you could use recycled ones, and objects around the house. As they get a little older, of course, we're going to talk about some other ways to use this. But I hope you try this. Just set it in front of your child. Like I say, if they're very small and their high chair is their designated place to do these activities, great. If they're older and you have a designated spot, as we've talked about before, that's clean and tidy, then you can use them for that. You can use that designated spot. I hope you try it with your children.